First of all, what is hypertension? Hypertension is increase in BP greater than 140/90. So hypertension, and if for calling hypertension, it is the one of the criteria, and for calling the gestational, it must be for greater than 2 occasion for more than 4 or more hours, greater than 2 occasion for more than 4 or more hours at 20th week of pregnancy, or first 24 hour after the delivery. So again, we'll say about what is gestational hypertension. Gestational hypertension is greater than, in case of pregnancy, greater than 140/90 mm of Hg, which must be two or more than 2 occasion, and the pressure hypertension must be present for more than 4 or more hours after at the 20 week of pregnancy, or greater than 20 week of pregnancy, or first 24 hours after the delivery. This was the gestational hypertension. Now the important topic is preeclampsia. So in preeclampsia, we must know about, first of all, preeclampsia is multi-system disorder. It is multi-system disorder. So here it includes, for calling preeclampsia, it must include hypertension and edema, and lastly proteinuria. So for calling the preeclampsia, there must be hypertension, edema and proteinuria. Previously we have told that hypertension must be greater than 140/90 mm of Hg, and for more elaboration, systolic and diastolic. Systolic must be increased greater than 30 mm of Hg for the normal value, from the normal value, and for diastolic, it must be increased by 15 mm of Hg. So this was the case of hypertension. And in case of edema, the patient mostly complains of edema at the ankle region. That is pitting edema. And next one is proteinuria. For proteinuria, you must check for 24 hours total urinary protein, because the patient complains of decrease in total urinary output. So the 24-hour urinary protein should be checked, and if it is greater than 0.3 gram, it is called as preeclampsia. Thus, for calling preeclampsia, the 3 diagnostic criteria must be met. Now we're going to talk about risk factor and clinical features. So what are the risk factor and clinical features? So risk factor includes this risk factor and clinical features. So what are the risk factors? Risk factor include young or elderly women, primary gravida. Primary gravida means the ladies who is pregnant for first time, and similarly family history of hypertension. So once patient come with preeclampsia, you must ask for the family history of hypertension, such as another is placental abnormality. Placental abnormalities are like placental ischemia. Next one is obesity. Next one is thrombophilias. Next one is pre-existing vascular disease. Now, more than that, clinical features is most important. So patient present with you either mild symptoms or alarming symptoms. Mild symptoms and alarming symptoms. In these alarming symptoms, you must admit the patient for the further management. And in mild symptoms, the most common early manifestation Early manifestation: the patient had slight swelling over. Edema was present previously at ankle region. So slight swelling at ankle region. Later it may progress to, that is, swelling may progress to, extends to face, abdominal wall, and even whole body. So, and now we need alarming symptoms. What are the alarming symptoms? The patient complains of headache, which is either located at occipital region or frontal region. Next one is diminished urine output. Diminished urinary output. So what gonna we check about this? So we're gonna test 24 hours urine protein, which is greater than 0.3 gram. So it suggests of preeclampsia. Next one is disturbed sleep. Another one is epigastric pain. Similarly, in case of hypertension, it may affect the eye region. So for eye symptoms, it is blurring of vision. So patient may complain that I have complained of blurring of vision, scotoma. And now these were the clinical features. Now we're gonna look for the sign. So what are the signs so that you can't miss the preeclampsia? So abnormal sign. So abnormal sign are abnormal weight gain, that is greater than 5 lb per month. Similarly, rise of BP, that is diastolic pressure. So important is for looking diastolic pressure more than systolic pressure. Similarly, edema over ankle region, and abdominal examination also must be done. Now investigations. What are the investigations? We talked previously also about investigations are 24-hour urinary protein. For looking the protein, investigations So investigations are urine. For urine we have looked for 24-hour urine protein, that was 0.3 gram. This I guess I must not tell. So ophthalmic examination, because the patient complains of blurring of vision, so you must look for the hypertensive changes in the eye. Also you must look for the blood value. In blood value you must look for serum uric acid level. Similarly, serum creatinine, thrombocytopenia, and as previously I have told that there are risk factors for thrombophilia, so you must look for abnormal coagulation profile, so that you can't and again we also need for examine for neonatal fetal monitoring. So neonatal fetal monitoring, you provide daily fetal kick chart count. Also you can do ultrasonography. You can also do biophysical profile, that is BPP, biophysical profile. It was this for investigations. Now we need to manage the case of preeclampsia. Similarly, let's talk about in few about eclampsia, so that management we're gonna talk together. So what is eclampsia? Eclampsia is preeclampsia when get complicated. Eclampsia is preeclampsia when get complicated, which is associated with generalized, we must not forget this, generalized tonic clonic convulsion or coma, or the it may also asked as fits. In mostly problem based question, the teacher will ask you for ladies presented with fits in case of pregnancy, so you must think about eclampsia. So for eclampsia it must be generalized tonic clonic convulsion. So there are 4 phases in clinical features. There are 4 phases. So first phase is premonitory phase, premonitory stage. In premonitory stage, and second is tonic stage, third is clonic stage, and final is stage of coma. So in premonitory stage there is twitching of muscles. Similarly, in tonic phase, body goes into tonic spasm, and clonic phase, twitching starts in face, then involve one side of the extremities, and ultimately whole body is involved in the convulsion. And similarly, stage of coma, it goes to the deep coma. Now talking about scheme about management of preeclampsia. It was all about. Now we'll talk about management of preeclampsia. So I'll talk in the flow chart. So firstly, if the patient come for the preeclampsia, you must ask the patient to the rest, then check BP for 4 times, and send investigations of platelet count, for coagulation profile, then ask for ophthalmic examination, ophthalmoscopy. Similarly, fetal well-being status, fetal well-being assessment. Now, then after we previously talked about fetal well-being assessment, daily fetal kick-out count, biophysical profile, NST, non-stress test, USG, Doppler. Similarly, these are the fetal well-being assessment. So after this, if the urinary protein is greater than 0.3 gram, now we should start antihypertensive medication. By performing other rest of the investigations will send, then we will start antihypertensive medications. So antihypertensive medication, either we may start with methyl dopa, that is drug of choice, methyl dopa, or labetalol, or nifedipine. So methyl dopa is 250 to 500 mg, labetalol is 100 mg, and nifedipine is 10 to 20 mg. After that, if there is complete control, After that, if it is called completely control, after these all, if it is medication is given, it is controlled, then discharge, preterm discharge, preterm is discharged. If no, it is strong, stay in hospital and get delivery. No, if PP is percently high, then what we will do, try to continue pregnancy till 37 weeks with rest and get delivery. And for further period, we'll add some medication. And if it is severely high or additional symptoms that is threatening to mother life, so first counseling the patient is done, and delivery irrespective of duration. So this all was management for the preeclampsia. And similarly in eclampsia, we have got Pritchard regimen. So I'm gonna talk about this so quickly. And these are Pritchard regimen for now for eclampsia. Pritchard regimen. Pritchard regimen, that is 4 gram IV over 3 to 5 minutes. Then after what you will do, followed by MgSO4. That is Pritchard regimen is MgSO4. Sorry to forget about this MgSO4. And after that, followed by 10 gram IM. 10 gram IM, that is 5 gram and 5 gram in each buttock. And similarly, this was the loading dose. Now for maintenance dose, it is 5 gram IM 4 hourly in alternate buttock. So in eclampsia also you can write there's all like preeclampsia, and you need to add one thing, that is Pritchard regimen. So this is the award of the video.